Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to share with you how to make some delicious bean tacos with queso con chile. In case you guys want to know how to make this super easy and delicious recipe, just stay tuned and I'll show you how. Okay, so we're going to begin by cooking our beans. We're going to grab our pan, set it on medium heat, and we're going to add a little bit of oil. And we're just going to wait for it to heat up. Okay, so once the oil heats up, we're going to add a small piece of onion. Okay, we're going to fry our onion for a couple minutes. Okay, so after a couple minutes, we're going to add our beans. And I have about 4 cups. And to that, we're going to add New Mexico chili powder. And because my beans are cold, we're going to wait for them to come to a simmer. Okay, so as soon as our beans come to a simmer, we're going to smash them and just mash them to your liking. Okay, so once we have our beans mashed to our liking, we're going to add 1 tablespoon of flour. And this is just going to help them thicken up. And just make sure that the flour dissolves. Okay, so we're just going to allow it to simmer for a couple minutes. Okay, so after a couple minutes, our beans are ready. So now we're just going to set them to the side. Okay, so now we're going to roast 4 Roma tomatoes. Chile jalapeños, I'm using 3. As well as for 4 Anaheim peppers. Okay, so we're just going to roast everything. Okay, so once our tomatoes are fully roasted, we're going to transfer them into a blender cup. Okay, so once our chiles are nice and roasted, we're going to transfer them into a plastic bag. Okay, so now we're just going to seal our bag and we're going to allow our chiles to sweat for at least 10 minutes. Okay, so after 10 minutes, we're going to grab our chiles and we're going to begin to peel them. So just grab and remove the skin. You also want to remove the stem. Okay. And do the same to your jalapeños. And the jalapeños, you can remove the seeds if you want. And the jalapeños go into your blender cup. So once we have our Anaheim peppers all nice and peeled, we're going to transfer one of them into our blender cup. And the rest, we're going to cut them into rajas. To cut them into strips. And then smaller strips. And do the same to all of your Anaheim peppers. Okay, so once we have our rajas, we're going to set them to the side. And now we're just going to grab our queso panela. And we're going to cut into small cubes. Okay, so once we have that ready, now we can make our salsa. Okay, to a blender cup, we're also going to add 1 garlic clove, 1 tablespoon of chicken bouillon, a half a teaspoon of garlic salt, and a 1/4 teaspoon of ground cumin. Along with 1/4 cup of water. And now we're just going to pulse it. So just kind of smash your tomatoes and chiles. Okay, so once we have that, now we can make our chile con queso. Okay, to make our chile con queso, we're going to grab our pan, set it on medium heat, and add a little bit of oil. And we're just going to wait for the oil to heat up. Okay, so once the oil is nice and hot, we're going to add our queso panela and half of a small white onion. And we're just going to fry them for a couple minutes. Okay, so after a couple minutes, we're going to add our Anaheim pepper. And we're going to continue cooking for another 2 minutes. And the queso panela is not going to melt. So don't expect it to melt. Just move everything together and allow it to cook. Okay, so after a couple minutes, we're going to add our salsa. Now just mix everything together. And we're just going to bring it to a simmer. Okay, so once our chile con queso comes to a simmer, reduce the heat to the lowest setting, and at this point you want to try it for salt. And for me it's perfect, so now we're just going to allow it to simmer for 5 minutes. Okay guys, so after 5 minutes our chile con queso is done, so now we're just going to turn it off and we can get ready to make our delicious tacos. Okay, to make our tacos, we're going to grab our frying pan, we're going to set it on medium heat, and we're going to add a little bit of oil. Okay, So while we wait for the oil to heat up, we can get our tacos ready. So just make sure that you warm up your tortilla. And now we're just going to spread some beans. You add as much as you want. And we're going to add a piece of Queso Oaxaca and just fold it. And just repeat the same process to all of your tortillas. Okay, so once the oil is hot, we're going to place our tacos into the oil. And we're just going to allow them to fry. Okay, so just make sure that you fry them for a couple minutes on each side until they're nice and golden. Okay, so once our tacos are nice and golden from both sides, we're going to remove them from the oil. And just drain as much oil as possible. And just repeat the same process to all of your tacos. Alright, so once we have our tacos all nice and fried, now we are ready for the fun part. Alrighty guys, and now for the fun part, making our tacos. So we're just going to open our taco. Look at that. And we're going to stuff it with rajas con queso. So just make sure that you don't add too much of the salsa until serving. So like that, your tacos don't get wet. Okay. I'm just going to add a little bit of lettuce. Crema mexicana. And a little bit of queso cotija. Just top it with some tomatoes. And just like that, we can enjoy our delicious bean taquitos. Okay, so once we have our bean tacos, now we are ready to enjoy. Alright guys, and now for the best part, the taste test. Now let me tell you guys that these tacos are seriously so simple yet so delicious. So I hope you give them a try and enjoy them just as much. Cheers and enjoy. Seriously, the best. So simple like I said, but so flavorful. Alrighty guys, and there you have it on how I make some delicious bean tacos. I hope you guys enjoyed watching this video, and if you did, please don't forget to give me a big thumbs up, share with your friends and family, and if you recreate this recipe, please don't forget to tag me in any of my social medias. And if you're new to my channel, please hit that subscribe button so you guys can be part of our family. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.